What's up everyone? Welcome to another patch note review on this channel. Today we're gonna check the patch notes for the clan of the Squirrel, a word that I will have certainly some problems to pronounce, but I will be getting into it because I'm gonna say it a lot more in the future, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we're gonna jump straight in. We're right here on Northgard.net checking out the new patch notes for the clan of the Squirrel, and let's see what is new and what you can expect with the clan of the Squirrel. I also had the chance already to play the clan a little bit in the beta, so I already have a little bit of an idea what this clan does and what its strengths are, and I can assure you it is a pretty interesting clan. So yeah, if you want to find out what this clan is about, you came to the right place, and yeah, we're just gonna check out the patch notes right now. So, starting out with led by Adrien. The clan of the Squirrel knows better than most how to enjoy the present moment, but not at the expense of being farsighted and expert at managing resources. Their talented cooks are able to produce delicious meals that improve the abilities of their clan and their allies. For all that, their warriors and prowess on the battlefield should not be underestimated. Well, a little bit. Furthermore, with Ratatoskr as their totem animal, the clan is also adept at using manipulation and sowing discord in order to further their goals. Yeah, quite interesting, quite interesting. Let's see what all of that means in straight up numbers. Right here we can see Adrien, the War Chef. Definitely a little change right there. I can assure you that the clan has quite a lot to do with cooking, so that's where the little wordplay comes from, and I think it's pretty cool. And the War Chief itself also is pretty interesting with the lores that the clan can give you for him. So, named in after the Aesir cook, Adrien. I think that's how it's that's how it's pronounced. If it's wrong, feel free to drop it down in the comments. Displayed unprecedented skills in the culinary arts from a young age, despite a fierce competition within the clan, as a fearless and authorian in the kitchen as he is on the battlefield. Adrien has everything one would expect from a war chef. That's Gordon Ramsay, man. You can tell me what you want. Let's jump in and see what the actual bonuses for the clans are and what the actual gameplay unique of the clan comes from. The starting bonuses for the clans is the clan hoards greedily in anticipation of winter 2 months before it begins, and can count on a plus 30% increase in production during this period. However, they have a harder time during winter itself as they consume more food and wood, 15% more. In general, that is pretty cool because like the 30% increased production gives you really good boost throughout the months just before winter. I'm gonna say like the fall months, right? Since I usually also don't have that many food villagers, for example, working on food during the winter, it can be pretty good to have that. Like, I think it's not the complete buff, I guess. Like 50% over 3 months, you get 30% over 2 months. Like, if you do the math, you can already see there's a little bit of an advantage there, right? You're gonna go out with a little bit more. But if you manage it smartly, I think you can even like further expand on this little bonus right here. But I think it's really interesting because no other clan really has that. We have the bear clan that doesn't really get hit by the winter as hard as other clans. But a clan that gets hit a lot more by the winter, but therefore has 2 months to basically prepare for it, is a really interesting idea. And like you could also put your gold production pretty high during this month and just produce a lot of gold with the plus 30%. So really interesting change here. I really like that about the clan, but there's also much more to come with the Squirrel. So the Squirrel clan gathers ingredients in its territory depending on the zone types. We're getting deeper into that soon. The stove replaces the brewery, where cooks can prepare meals and providing massive bonuses. So they will basically give you happiness, like you would be getting in the brewery, but they will also start to produce ingredients. And the very interesting thing is, you can also put your war chief into the stove, which is generally pretty cool. I don't want to go too much into the front, we're gonna go to that later on, but the lore, the weaponsmith lore, is not available for the Squirrel clan, what it usually makes it not all too strong on paper, like army-wise, fighting-wise, but the lore that replaces the weaponsmith lore is the lore that gives you a war chief for free. So that's actually pretty interesting. It's quite an investment that early on into the game, not go for sharp axes or another lore, but having the war chief already out to clear out a little bit, so you don't need to sacrifice villagers for fighting wolves and everything. And then afterwards get him into the stove to just produce the ingredients for you is pretty interesting. What you can do with these ingredients, which are basically new resources which come in only for the Squirrel clan. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. You will be preparing meals, let's say that much. What they are actually, we're gonna get into that. Also, the clan can achieve the Ratatoskor victory. That is when you reach 1500 fame. I think, yeah, it's basically like the other macro wins. It's not gonna be as easy to go for, and like if you straight up rush it, you're not gonna have as much of a chance against the clan that goes for army and comes for you. But it is an interesting new win, and I think it's pretty cool that it's something that only one clan can go for, even though the goal is pretty far, like 1500 fame is not easy to get. But yeah, pretty cool to have. So, look at the fame bonuses, starting with the fame bonus, which you will be getting at 200 fame. You receive a set of random ingredients by boat, and you increase your ingredient storage by 200. You can also prepare meals for your allies for an additional food cost. Very interesting. You unlock gift routes at the trading post. Gift routes allow you to share your resources with other clans. It is the best way to build good relationships with potential allies, and it also works well with Northgard's neutral factions. 3 times better than normal trade routes. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure you will not be getting gold out of it, though. I might be wrong about that, because that's like a gift route, right? Didn't play around too much with that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's all about. Then you get the plot for the throne. That must be the 500 bonus. So when you get the Jarl, 500 fame, you get the plot for the throne. You gain fame based on your extra population compared to your most populous opponent. And arrival of new villagers increased by 5% every 100 fame. So yeah, pretty good clan to get a high population on. Also because you're usually gonna have quite a few stoves to just produce ingredients, which will also boost your happiness quite a bit. So it's a little bit staggish, you know? With stag, you also wanna have your skulls going. You get a little bit of gold out of them, you get a little bit of happiness out of them, and as a side effect, you're just gonna get a bunch of villagers. So that can be pretty helpful at this point. With this, you will have all the tools you need to achieve your unique victory, Ratatoskor. By outclassing any enemy that will dare to face you. Really cool sentence right there. I'm not too sure if it will be Omega strong, but I guess in free-for-alls it could be a really interesting thing, and I'm hyped to see it working out in a free-for-all. Yeah, now we actually get to the ingredients, cook and meals. I think what a lot of you are interested for, because that's really a really unique thing about the clan. As your clan pushes its borders, it has access to more ingredients for each new zone it exploits that can be used for creating great meals. Meat is a good meals. Meat is a good source of protein and iron, harvested from big mammals such as deer and wild boars. Then there's fish. Just to make clear, these are I think this should be called meats, by the way, or meat. These are the different ingredients, the 4 different ingredients you have with the clan. You have meat, you have fish, you have mushroom, and you have vegetables. Where you see meat is a good source of protein and iron. And we have fish here. Fish is a source of protein and phosphorus harvested from both freshwater and saltwater specimens. Then you have mushrooms. Mushrooms refer to any type of fungus that was found to be edible, though painful gleeful trial and error. I should watch out with these ones. And you have vegetables. Vegetable is an umbrella bird which covers pretty much every edible vegetal organism, including roots. Yeah. Cooks can be assigned to any stove. They bring happiness to your clan and, more importantly, help to produce ingredients. If that is not enough, Adrien can also help to produce these ingredients by being assigned to the stove, what I think is really nice. So yeah, you can just check it out. Like down here, you see a stove with, my god, Adrien. At some point, I will be able to pronounce that. Not right now, though. So yeah, can see him here preparing a meal. This is not the default town hall, of course. This is a special town hall for the clan of the Squirrel, which I think looks really cool because it's just all about food, and it's pretty fitting that the town hall for the clan would then be a silo. Pretty nice to look at. Gather as much ingredients as possible to ensure you're always ready to prepare powerful meals. And I think this will, yeah, right now be the next thing. So, the Squirrel clan knows how to cook 6 recipes that will help you to conquer Northgard. What I think is really important to say to that is that you will not be able to feast at all with the clan of the Squirrel. Feast button is just gone for you. Where the feast button is, there is a little meal button, and if you click on that, you will have this window opening up. You'll see this window over here. That's also how it will be looking on your screen. You can see here the ingredients. And this is basically the bar that shows up when you do a meal. It will take a moment to cook, basically, and afterwards you will also see how long the feast will actually work for you. So this is the window you basically will see when you click on your feast button, what is then a meal button, right? And there you have, like you see here, the different meals going around here. And we can see here what different meals will give you. We have the Vention and Ratatouille. You will get food, wood, lore, and crown production bonus. That is usually not as strong, but there is a lore that makes it a little bit stronger for you. Like it increases the duration of all of your meals that are usually defaulted at 1 month, but you can make them longer with the lore. For example, it takes 1 month longer than the effect of the meal which you prepared. But you can also, for example, here it costs 100 meat and 100 mushrooms to get the ratatouille. If I want to have a higher duration on that, I could pay 200 vegetables on top. Then I could just, increase the duration of it by 1 month, which is pretty cool already. I could also increase the power of the ratatouille. So it's gonna get a lot stronger if I use more meat to prepare it. Then the really cool thing about that is, which we can see right here, right now, is you will have on this side here your teammates going up as soon as you reach your 200 fame. You can click on these, the food costs will get way higher. So if I would now prepare the ratatouille, it would cost me 32 food. It is based on how many villagers you actually have. So also if your teammates have more villagers, it will get more costly. But for example, we play a 3v3, I take both of my teammate players, it will go up to almost 300 food, maybe even more. It costs a lot more, but all the effects will then also be for all your teammates, which is just insane. You can be such a good support clan with this clan. And if you then also amp up the power and duration, you just have an insane meal for all your team, which all then get a food, wood, lore, and crown bonus. This is pretty insane. I really like that about that, and I think the Squirrel clan can be a really good support clan because of that. But let's check out the other meals here, because there are also a few other interesting meals which you can cook with the clan of the Squirrel. We have the breaded fish fillets. You get a forge speed bonus and you get a mining speed bonus. Pretty interesting. We have meat stew that reduces the winter resistance bonus and the scouting speed bonus. That gives you a winter resistance bonus and a scouting speed bonus. Also pretty. And we have the fish soup, with which you can heal. You get a general health generation on all your villagers or all your teammates if you do it for all your team. just really sick. Imagine going back with your army after fighting for a little bit and then just healing in another tile. That just seems super strong. Then you get a scouting speed bonus also for the fish soup. And here we have 2 more. I think these are basically the tier 3. Yeah, meals. You can already see like the others, like little ratatouille, a few fish fillet, a fish soup, and here we really have a buffet, and a barbecue over here. So these are really, really strong ones, rather more for the late game. So with the seafood buffet, you get a defense bonus on all of your units, and you get higher projectile resistance bonus. Pretty good if you go for late game fights. With the forest barbecue, you get an attack power bonus, and you will receive more military XP if you kill something, which can really help you out to get to the war cry or the veteran fighters or for the guardian tree in case you went for that. I saw already a few situations where it literally saved my life to go guardian because I would have died otherwise. I just called in the help from water and yeah, just saved like that. So it could be pretty interesting there too. So yeah, these are the really strong ones. You're gonna go for the late game. I think in the early game you will rather go with these ones over here and try to boost up your team and get a really good start for them. I think especially the Ratatouille is a really interesting one, giving your team basically all of the important resources as a permanent bonus. So each meal must be prepared with enough common food. This is just the normal food, out of Northgard for all the years already. As an additional cost, this food cost increases sensibly if you wish to include your teammates to the table. Yeah, it gets really, really expensive, but giving it to the whole team is just such a good bonus that I feel like it can be really, really good to do that. Like I said, I feel like it's gonna be a support clan in here because you also don't have weaponsmith to get a really strong. Each clan can benefit from one meal per Squirrel clan. New meals can replace the previous one, but having many Squirrel friends means taking advantage of many meals at the same time. I didn't even know about that. So if you have more Squirrels, you can have more meals at the same time. That's pretty crazy. I don't know how it actually, like, if you want to have multiple Squirrels on your team, but it seems interesting to having one clan that like gets completely boosted by 2 Squirrels in a free. That seems to be fun. Let's see if that is actually a thing that we will see often. Yeah, then we have the Squirrel Relic, the Yggdrasil root, the Squirrel Relic. Ratatoskr is famous for scurrying from Yggdrasil's branches to its roots, instilling doubt and discord to the minds of enemies. Squirrel Clan perpetuates this legacy to keep itself out of harm's way. The zone where Yggdrasil's root is built becomes Eldritch. After every period of 1 year, one zone in your territory adjacent to an Eldritch zone also becomes Eldritch. So, what means it, Eldritch? Huh? So, let's see it right here. Units in Eldritch zones benefit from periodical production bonuses, and enemy units in an Eldritch zone have a chance to fight against their own kin for 5 seconds. So that's pretty interesting. So you basically, how can you say it? It's not really convert them for you, but for a few seconds they will be converted for you and actually fight against their own clan. But I think is a pretty interesting thing. So you get a little bit of an disincentivizer to attack you. Because you are more of the support clan, you will definitely be the aim to go for. If you want to attack somebody, it's most likely going to be the Squirrel. But with the Relic here, you can, like I said, a little bit disincentivize and say, okay, maybe attack somebody else. Maybe don't attack me because your units might attack themselves. I don't know how high chance exactly is, but it seems really interesting, and I feel like, yeah, it could be a really cool thing. If the effect is actually strong enough, but of course, hopefully it's not too strong, because it can be real strong. So, if an Eldritch zone becomes neutral, it reverts back to normal. So yeah, that will also be a little bit overpowered if it would just stay there. Now, we jump to the lores for the Squirrel clan. First thing will be replacing colonization, and it's called stockpiling. You get +1 food, wood, production bonus for each 100 food and wood in your stock. It's in a max of +10, what is already pretty strong. So if you have like 500 food in your stock, you will get +5 food production for that. It will not be affected by winter malus, so you will keep on getting it up. That's pretty good. And your silos don't require any building slots anymore, which is also cool. Getting a little bit more space on your food tiles. While I don't think the Squirrel especially has space problems, right? Like StackClan, for example, would have. Didn't really have that too often, but it's still really cool to just save a building slot right there. Next lore will be replacing Hearthstone, so it is pretty deep into the upper tree. It's the Cooking Mastery, tier 4 lore, I'm pretty sure, and this is a really, really strong. Like the meal bonus level goes up to +1. Okay, they actually, I said that they would increase the duration of the feast. This is the lore I were talking about, but they actually changed it and only give you a bonus level of +1. So your meal will be a little bit stronger than it were before. And your meal cost in general will go down by -20%, which is also pretty important. Because I can already tell you, from all the resources, like the ingredients you will be using, meat is the one which is the most important, but were the most important, right? And the better. For the most important meals, you always needed meat, and if you wanted to enhance them, there were also more meat needed. So usually you were also always in a meat struggle. And having a little bit less cost right there could get you a little bit out of there. It's pretty interesting, and maybe gets you ready to make a few more feasts. Here's the next lore I was already talking about at the start. It will be replacing the Weaponsmith, so no Weaponsmith for the Squirrel clan. A bit of a yikes, because +20% on all your military units is pretty strong, but let's see what you will getting for it. The next War Chief recruitment is free. No crowns, no iron. And your War Chief, if it dies, will have a 50% reduced cooldown. So this is pretty cool if you want to go for it in the early game. Helps you out a little bit to already clear out tiles around you. You don't need to sacrifice villagers for it. But you don't get Weaponsmith for it. But it's pretty much of a trade-off right there. But I still think it's pretty interesting to go for. Next thing, economics will be replacing mining efficiency. Every crown income will be increased by +10%, and meals gain additional effects. So any meal you do will give you still +2 happiness and +4 crowns. Pretty strong in my opinion. +4 crowns is a pretty interesting bonus, and getting it for every feast you do or meal you do, since you will be preparing quite a few meals, I feel like is a pretty good bonus. And you gotta keep in mind that also counts for your teammates if you do that, right? But I think it's pretty strong. So, then we have rumor mongering that replaces negotiate. No other clan can befriend any neutral faction which has become your ally. This faction gains +20% defense against all of your enemies. It also becomes more aggressive towards them. This also affects Jotnar. It will be quite interesting. I never saw Jotnar attack somebody. I wonder if that is possible right now. If you already know about it, please write it down in the comments. I want to see how somebody gets attacked by the Jotnar, man. That's just so cool. And your units gain cloak within these faction territories, so you can actually hide in a Jotnar tile, which is pretty cool. After you befriended them already. But still, just hiding in there, not showing your opponent how much army you actually have, can be pretty helpful if they don't watch out too much, right? Like against experienced people, they will always see with how many units you run in there, but maybe they forget about it or something, you know? Can be pretty cool. Cloak can be really strong in moments where your opponent maybe is not 100% in the game and doesn't really see what you do on the map. We also have a conquest bonuses over here. In the first battle, your ingredients production goes up +20%, and you can benefit from multiple meals at the same time. So conquest will be pretty insane. I think you can just push out those meals there, just double, triple ratatouille or what, or do it need to be like different meals? It's just insane. I think it needs to be different meals, to be honest, but it's crazy. Sixth battle, your stoves can hold one more cook, which is also super strong, and +1 level for every meal. This is just bonkers. So yeah, I think this is more like a conquest thing because it's getting into the clan, playing around with it a little bit. In multiplayer, this would just be completely overpowered, but that is most of the conquest bonuses. think they're pretty cool here, and yeah, pretty hyped to play this conquest with the clan of the Squirrel. Right here, you can also check out the YouTube trailer for the clan of the Squirrel. I've already seen it, and yeah, looks pretty cool. I think most of you have already seen it. If not, maybe check it out. So, we also get new achievements. First, we have a neutral achievement, aggressive negotiations. Win a clan with the clan of the Squirrel. Squirrel Master achieve 50 victories with the clan of the Squirrel. Pretty common. Root of your clan, build the relic of the clan of the Squirrel, and Squirrel Conqueror, finish your conquest with the clan of the Squirrel. So, it's the normal ones you will just be getting anyway. Just a little help for my friends, win a game having shared all your meals with all teammates. It's pretty cool. I think this is one I will definitely be getting, man, because I think it's so interesting. While they are so expensive that sometimes it can really help you to prepare meals for yourself, so you can actually get the food together to just share it with all your teammates. But I think it's pretty cool to have an achievement like that. Unlimited flour. Control a territory of at least 10 Eldritch zones. That's pretty crazy. I think that will take a little while, right? That will take a little while. More like an FFA achievement right there. And I'm a generous god. Gift 1000 resources in one game. I think actually this is not gonna be as hard. This is not gonna be as hard. If you want to get Jotnar, you're gonna need at least 1000 resources. Well, it is 3 times quicker. But still, 1000, that shouldn't be all too hard, in my opinion. So, we also get new skins. 4 new skins are available in the treasure window. So we can also zoom a little bit in here. See it 100%, but here we have Adrien Ceremonia. Can't see it 100% here. Mostly because I zoomed in so hard. But it looks pretty cool with a little leather arm right there. And yeah, I like the hairstyle right there. I like the hairstyle. We also, of course, have Brock Ceremonial. Very nice beard, also with a little bit of leather and a lot of gold stuff. I like that. Definitely like that. We have Liv Ceremonial, also a few golden belts here everywhere. I like her axe quite a bit. That is an axe, man. That is an axe. Don't call anything else an axe anymore before you have seen this one. And we have Thorfinn Brutal. I think Thorfinn only has 1 skin right now, so I think that's pretty cool to have another one. Looks pretty neat. Looks pretty neat. Definitely looks like a brutal one. Also with iron armbands or whichever. Whatever. Looks pretty cool though. Like the Thorfinn Brutal right here. Let's zoom back out a little bit so we can actually read stuff. Because we're a little bit too close in. Still have a few general changes, and I would think we still have a few bug fixes. But after that, I think we're actually done with patch notes already. So the cooldown time for each ability is now displayed. Really cool. Yerma Relic is no longer displays your teammates' lore. Also really cool. Military XP is no longer displayed when you're hovering an enemy military icon. That's okay, not bad. Losing control is replaced by taking control when you're taking an enemy tile. I wonder if that is about the little bug when you cannot really heal your war chief anymore. I think it might actually. Units are automatically selected when you recruit a war chief instead of a warrior can. Okay, cool. You can no longer build an altar. Then give it to your ally and build another. Ah, that's... If you just read that, you're like, what? Okay, you cannot go double altar anymore. That's... Oh my god, I love it. We're so broken, to be honest. But super costly. 600 gold, just out of nowhere. You're in danger to get rushed there. But if you could get it through double altar, it's just insane. Hope they did the same thing to the sheepfolds. Well, having that many sheep is pretty hard. Like, you can already have 4 sheepfolds if you get to Relic these days. But having 5 is still better, right? Borg colonization costs for tiles containing foes now depends on the number and type of foes on the tile. Weren't that before? Like that? Pretty sure it were. Maybe Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. I think there were before like that. Maybe drop it down in the comments. I thought it were like 15 food for a wolf. If there were 4 wolves on it, it were like 60 food extra. I think that's how it worked before. Maybe I'm doing it wrong now. Oskeria can now be used even if Miliki is fighting. So yeah, that's the where you summon the spirit animals from your last wave from the Lynx clan right here. That's Oskeria. Relations with neutral factions now scale with the amount of resources you trade with them. Makes sense. And befriended neutral factions now give 50 fame even if they were befriended by another player. Oh, okay, that's interesting. By the way, for the upper one, I can already say you that's mostly about because as war, if you had Bevering, you could just send 1 villager into a trading post and you would get the full relation, right? So the best thing if you wanted to get the giants were not like building 4 trading posts and having 8 merchants in there. It were building 8 trading posts and getting 1 merchant in 8 trading posts. You would never really do that, but just to explain it, that's what they mean with here. If you have 2 merchants in there, it will actually scale in that. Yeah, accordingly, say like that. So, bug fixes. Fix several text issues with the Chinese localization. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, I guess. I really like that. Doesn't affect me, but it must be cool. Fixed several display issues. Most likely affects me. That's cool. Double shot from the clan of the Lynx can no longer target Chi. It did? That's neat. Fixed deer counter and conquest. Some of them were broken in several battles. Okay, didn't know about that. It is now possible to build a mythical lure on 4 RAF. Okay, they weren't possible before. Didn't know about that. Cool. Endgame stats will no longer be displayed in story mode. Honestly, guys, let's be real here. It's so new players don't see that the AI is cheating, right? I think it's for that. Let's keep it between us, right? We keep it between us. It's definitely new players will then see that the AI is doing weird stuff right there. And then they say, oh no, I can't beat the AI because obviously it's not playing fair. But you can beat the AI, it's definitely possible. It's just to help it out a little bit in some senses. Bevering in story mode is fixed. Nice. VFX from the relic of the clan of the horse is fixed. It gets removed with War Chief stat. Okay. Trade routes without merchants no longer produce happiness and lore. I didn't even know that. I didn't. Oh my god, so much fun to be had, and it's gone. I didn't even know that. It's definitely stupidly broken though. It shouldn't happen like that. Just didn't know that were a thing. Fixed several issues with the giant boar from the relic of the clan of the boar. Makes sense. I don't know what the issues were though. My biggest issue is actually that it always runs where you get attacked and then gets killed. But I don't think that's the issue. There could have been some really buggy issues there. In general, the relic is not completely bad. Like +10 food is +10 food. The only problem is that your opponent can just take it away from you by having a middle-sized army and the boar will just run into it. And if you don't recruit quickly enough into your army, the opponent can just force you to fight with the boar. It's harsh. You could no longer use your relic if you built one and took the same relic you built from an enemy. You can or you could? Seems to be fair though. Like if I already stole a relic, I shouldn't be able to build the relic or like take the same relic. Like build the same relic, right? I steal Mjolnir from my opponent and then I build my own Mjolnir and I can Mjolnir twice now. Now that shouldn't happen, so that's good. Conquest Milka for Uprising. You were sometimes not spawning in Ragnarok biome. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're back to Ragnarok then there. And in Inner Sea Conquest, Battle AI units were sometimes able to walk through the Inner Sea. Okay, yeah, that must have been a little annoying. Good that it's fixed now there. Seems to be pretty insane. Just run through the inner circle and run towards you. That's crazy though. But yeah, with that, we are already at the end of the patch notes right here. I hope you all enjoyed it. I jump to the top and check the war chief out here. Yeah, the Squirrel clan is a really cool clan, as a little conclusion. I really liked it, had a lot of fun with it in the beta. I gotta say, it were a little bit stronger in the beta. It got a little bit turned down because it were just too insane. That's also because why I'm not too deeply, like I didn't went too deeply into the numbers of the different meals, because they very well changed quite a bit. But still, even if the meals are a little bit weaker, the clan is still really good, because those meals, even if you would with the ratatouille give everyone only +2 food, wood, and gold and lore, it's enough, man. You give it your whole team, it's basically +6 and really free. So yeah, I think it's super interesting, and having a support clan like the Squirrel, like I think we didn't have before. We had support clans, of course. I think the bear can be seen as a support clan, definitely. But having a clan like this is just super interesting, and I'm really stoked to see how it's gonna play out in the multiplayer. So if you yourself have a different opinion, or like at all an opinion, you can leave it down in the comments. Would be really happy to hear about what you like about the clan of the Squirrel, and yeah, if you will get it, for example. With that, I guess we're just gonna come to the end of the video here. We have already been long enough here. I hope you enjoyed it, learned a little bit of the clan of the Squirrel, and maybe give you a little bit of an idea what you can expect if you're thinking about getting it, or maybe even not getting it. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did so, you might want to consider to leave a like, because it really helps out. And yeah, subscribe if you didn't do so, because a lot of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Please guys, helps out. Thanks a lot though, thanks for joining in here, and hope you all have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.